my favorite products recently. This is this Tarte Go With The Faux Freckle Maker. It's so cute. I actually bought it off of TikTok Shop, but all you do, there's a little stamper, you press the stamp, and then you just put your little freckles on. You can press harder for bigger freckles and then lighter for smaller freckles, but you want to start off pretty like light-handed and then slowly work your way. I think freckles are so cute, but obviously I don't want sun damage on my skin, so fake freckles are the best way to go. And then they'll look a little crazy initially, but I just go in with my finger and pat these little guys out. You can even take a Q-tip and just kind of roll them out so they're a little less dramatic. Now, if you're wondering what shade I am, I'm in shade light and it already is a little bit dark. I wish there was one shade lighter for something just very, very, very natural. Lucky is actually in a dental procedure today. He hasn't done one since, I think 2021 was when he went for his last one. So it's been a really, really long time. I remember last time the recovery wasn't the easiest. And so just making sure that I've blocked off time to make sure that he's okay. I dropped him off this morning at 8 and they said he should be done earliest around 2, latest around 5. And we're not gonna do anything to the hair today, I think. My hair always has little flyaways right here, so I always just put in one of these little clips and then I will leave her be for the time being and take it out in a couple hours. My hands are always super dry in the winter, and a hand cream I've been loving is this Drunk Elephant hand cream. Has been one of my recent favorites. It smells a little bit like oatmeal, I think, because it is a buttered reparative hand cream and it feels kind of like butter in a good way. Really, really like it. And then if you're ever stressed, I highly recommend this wellness fragrance from Osea. It's a Vegas nerve oil, but is it like peppermint or something? It has this like amazing scent that I feel like just really relaxes you. So I rub a little bit and I just put it on the back of my neck. And then sometimes I'll do a little bit on my wrists. And something I definitely need to be better about is like actively cleaning up my surroundings. I've been trying to be a clean girl, which is the total opposite of what I am right now, because I feel like the clean girl aesthetic fits me pretty well. But my like new thing that I do now is I ask myself, what would a clean girl do? Like a clean girl, after she does her makeup, what would she do? She would clean everything up. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm trying to channel the best version of myself every day. So yeah. My outfit today is from Peak. It had these really cute little shorts and this fuzzy sweater. It's made from this kind of fleecy material. I don't actually know what this material is called. I'll insert it on the screen, but it's just very, very warm for the winter. So even though it's only 50 degrees, I'm still able to wear little shorts because it's actually kind of hot. What's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah? 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 Let's see if she'll come to me. Lily, come here. Yeah, come here. What's wrong? What's wrong, my girl? The thing about cats is that Lily is on a point system with me. So every time I do good things with her, so I give her food, I play with her, I feel like I get extra points. And the points redeem certain achievements. So for example, so when I hit 10,000 points, that means I am eligible for morning cuddles. And then when I hit 15,000 points, I'm eligible for night cuddles, etc. And so the last month, which I will give you guys a recap of pretty soon, I've been traveling a lot for work, which has been so exciting, but because I haven't earned my points with Lily, she's been kind of a stranger to me, and it's been taking time to kind of build back up to that trust, which if you think about it, humans are the same way, right? Like if you left a boyfriend or girlfriend at home and you didn't see them for 2 weeks, they'd probably be, you know, you'd have to rebuild that foundation and that trust again. When people say that they don't like cats, I always kind of question that, because what does that mean when you don't like somebody who sets their boundaries? You know what time it is, morning matcha time. The couple of things I love the most on this earth are cherry blossoms, matcha, and cats. So we're gonna make a little matcha. I realized that I've showed this everywhere on shorts, but I haven't done it in long form yet, so I'm excited to make a matcha with you guys. First thing I wanna show you is this new cute matcha bowl that I got. It's super duper adorable. It has little cherry blossoms on there, as well as cats, and then also a little cat hanging off the edge right there. This is from a company called Aura. Auroric clay. I had ordered this back in January, and because they were so back ordered, it took a couple of months for it to come, but we're gonna use it together for the first time. For our matcha of choice, today we have Eugen from Marukyu Koyamaen. This is what she looks like. She's very green. I think this is my current favorite matcha, and so obviously most of you guys know like matcha is on back order right now, and so I drink her for special occasions or when I really need a pick-me-up. So first thing we're gonna do is sift in our matcha. You can use any sort of sifter. I actually got a matcha kit off of Amazon. I'll link it down below for you guys, and then take as much or as little matcha as you'd like. I think that's a pretty generous portion for what we're drinking today. And I just sift it in. It's a very calming process. There is what she looks like. And then I actually like to cold whisk my matcha, which is where instead of using hot water, you just whisk it directly with milk. In my opinion, it tastes better that way without the little bit of the dilution from the hot water. I will say your whisk, obviously the integrity of your whisk is very important. And so if you're doing cold whisking, I would try to get a separate whisk or just make sure you really clean it. I am using lactate milk because my tummy usually hurts if I don't use lactate milk. Okay, I'm going to pour this in. And then we're gonna whisk. My first time using this bowl, so I'm not like 100% certain on the measurements. It's looking pretty promising. And recently I've been seeing on Matcha Talk people making microfoam. So basically I think it's 30 seconds all the way kind of closer to the bottom. Make sure your chest end doesn't touch the bottom. And then you want to lift and whisk again for another 30 seconds. And then you want to lift all the way to the top of the surface and break up those bubbles for the last 15 seconds. Oh my God, my arm is sore. Let me show you what she looks like. This is what she looks like. She looks pretty dang good. Let me go get a cup with ice. People will sometimes ask me what cups I use. These are from Fable. They are very clear, which I like about that. I usually put between 4 and 5 ice cubes. And normally if you want it to be aesthetic, you pour the milk first and then you pour the matcha, but it's also helpful to pour the matcha first and then the milk so you can get the excess matcha in the bowl. Let me just try it. This is delicious. Okay, we're gonna pour. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna pour a little bit more milk in here. Pour this in, that off. Here's what she looks like. Okay, let me get a little straw. She looks amazing, she looks delicious. Ready? Oh my God. Matcha just brings me so much happiness I can't even describe. And if you feel like you don't like matcha, it might be because you're not using the right type of milk or the right type of matcha. I used to drink like matcha out of a big Costco bag, and I don't even know how I did that because I don't think I'll ever be able to go back again. I'm taking a little Instagram story of my morning matcha. Which, by the way, if you don't follow on the gram, you should. We can drink matchas together. Now it's time for breakfast, which I'm really excited for. I'm thinking about either having some, I think oatmeal and a banana sounds really good to me. So we're gonna go in with my Quaker Oats. I've been eating these since I was a kid. This week I unfortunately need to be in a calorie deficit because I went a little crazy last week, and one of my good friend's weddings is this weekend and I literally do not fit in that dress. So every little bit matters. But yeah, we're going in with a little bit of oatmeal first, and then when I get hungry, I'll have my banana a little bit later. So I like to just put hot water in, and then I also microwave it for like 10 seconds. Add a little bit more water. And then voila. I love oatmeal. One of my favorite things. I don't even think it needs like any flavoring or anything. It just tastes amazing as is. I think I may or may not be, I don't think I'm a total super taster, but I think I taste flavors a lot stronger than the normal person does. And so I don't really need a ton of seasoning on my food. Now while I eat my breakfast, I am going to check my emails. I have a couple concepts I have to submit either today or tomorrow, so I'll probably work on those. And then I have a brand deal I have to shoot. Today we're gonna do what we're supposed to do and work at our office station. I actually have this massive computer screen right here, which is the Samsung, I wanna say it's the MA, but it's an external monitor that I've been using for a long time. It's really cute because it's white, and I have a really cute little ducky keyboard. And I swapped out a lot of the keys for cinnamon roll, which it doesn't work quite 100% the same as the Ducky keyboards, but I mean the switch underneath is still the same, but obviously it just doesn't click quite the same. You can kind of see that the height is a little bit different than the actual Ducky keys, which are these ones right here, but I really like the sound of this. It's not too much to the point where it feels annoying, but it still has a little ASMR going on, which I really like. And then recently I also got this planner from The Daily. It's actually a content creator planner, but it's a little bit more geared towards content creation. So for example, this is a weekly overview and it'll have plan, shoot, edit, caption, and post, which is obviously content creation specific. And today, I really need to be better about actually writing in this planner though. That's something that I need to work on. Clearly I'm not doing a very good job with that, but I really like how the daily breakdown is hourly, so you can break down exactly what you're doing. And then on this side, it has for every single platform what things you need to do. And then I am a to-do list girl through and through. I always like to have a to-do list and a little section for notes, which is really, really handy. So I also have this food log section, which I really like, and I'll just write down what I ended up having. So this morning, today is 4/8 and I had a matcha and oatmeal for breakfast. Last night I had Din Tai Fung. I actually went to an event last night and I did not work out. So yeah, we have that documented. We're also gonna do a little Q1 recap of all of the big things that happened. The easiest way that I like to do this is to pull up my actual camera roll and just go through and see what the heck happened, because I can't believe Q1 is over. 2025 has been zooming by so fast. I've written out a little Q1 recap of all of the kind of incredible things that have happened in these last couple of months. I hope I didn't miss any. I just went through my camera roll to kind of find stuff, but I want to run through it with you guys and also show you some of the footage that I've captured from these last couple of months that just have not made it into a vlog because it's not enough footage for that, but I do want to show you the recaps. So in January, we started off the year really, really strong. The first thing that happened was that my Sephora campaign went live, which is so exciting. It's the Color on Color campaign, which if you haven't seen the full YouTube video, I will link the behind the scenes if you want to see it. But we actually shot this back in October, and it is a huge campaign that went live in store, online, on buses, on billboards. It's really all over the place, which is incredible. And it is in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. This was so surreal because I'd always wanted to be a part of a campaign, and for those who don't know, I'm part of Sephora Squad Asia Pacific because outside of the US, my biggest demos are in Southeast Asia. If you're from Southeast Asia, hello, thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate it. I could not have been a part of this campaign without you guys, so it felt really very special. Then subsequently in February, this campaign also went live in Australia, India, and China, which is really, really cool. It's pretty much everywhere except where I can see it here in the US and in Europe. Number 2, I did a lot of snowboarding. Snowboarding is one of those hobbies where I have just, you know, I'm not amazing at it. I learned how to snowboard last season, and it's one of those hobbies that 1, gets me off my phone because it's way too cold for me to be scrolling my phone out there, and 2, I really, really enjoy even though I'm not amazing at it. I was able to go down my first blacks this season, which was fun. Was I good at it? No, but you know, we did it, and I much prefer to just go down the blues really comfortably. But I do think I've improved a lot, and from the videos that I posted, it's so funny because people are like, oh my god, you've improved so much. But the hardest part about snowboarding is like turning on steep terrain and just like keeping yourself stable. But those videos don't look as good as the videos where you're just like sending yourself down the mountain. And when I post those videos, people are like, oh my god, you've gotten so much better. But I've been able to do that since the beginning. It's the turns that are the kind of more intricate part of it. If you know, you know. Number 3, I started my cooking series. You guys know this year a big New Year's resolution was for me to cook more, and I definitely have been cooking way, way, way more. To even have just a couple of recipes under my belt has been so helpful. I think the series is really great. It walks you through some of the really basic things, and if someone as novice as me can learn to cook, then you definitely can learn to cook as well. Number 4, I got to work with Din Tai Fung for Lunar New Year, which was very, very cool because for those who don't know, I am Taiwanese, and so just like dream brand fit. It was a really small campaign that we worked on. It was just via Instagram stories, but it felt really, really special. Number 5, Kevin and I celebrated 5 years together, which is crazy to say and also not crazy to say because I feel like I can still remember the first days that we were dating so fresh in the back of my head. And we've had a lot of really, really amazing memories, and in the blink of an eye, 5 years has passed. Back in 2021, we actually filmed a video titled "To Us 5 Years From Now." So I guess you guys will see that video next year. It's coming out really soon. In February, number 1, we hit 800K on Instagram. This was so exciting. It's funny because I feel like when I was younger, I only ever allowed myself to celebrate bigger milestones. So, you know, I feel like 100K is a big one, 1 million is a big one, but I rarely ever celebrated the things kind of in between. And one of the things I'm trying to be better about is, even if it's a small celebration, to just like really try to enjoy the journey and celebrate small wins. Otherwise, you'll feel just really burnt out and not content, because if you've ever seen a quote, it goes something like, anytime I've achieved something, I've only felt relieved, not proud. That's a really scary feeling to have, and I definitely can deeply empathize with that feeling. And I am actively shifting my mindset and making improvements, because life is long, and if you do not choose to have an optimistic view on your life and celebrate all of these like smaller things, then you will be miserable. I don't know how it got so dark so quickly, but 800K was a really, really cool milestone. We ended up getting a little slice of cheesecake and putting little candles on top. So that was, I'll never forget it, and toppled over, which was probably the funniest part. Number 2, I got to go to the Rare Beauty and Lola V collab event and met Selena Gomez and Jennifer Aniston, which I never thought that that was a statement that would come out of my mouth. Next up in February, went to Copper Mountain to celebrate Kev's best friend's 30th birthday party, which I was honestly a little bit hesitant to go because I didn't really know anybody on that trip except for Kev's best friend and his girlfriend. You guys know I'm very introverted, and so I typically don't like to show up to social situations unless I am deeply needed. But Copper Mountain is in Colorado, and I've always heard that the snow in Colorado was better, but boy oh boy was it so much better. The runs are so long. I believe the runs are like 2 miles long, so the lift can take a really long time to go all the way up, but I really, really enjoyed it. And some people were snowboarding / skiing for the very first time, so Kevin had a really fun time kind of teaching his friends. Number 5, I shot my favorite campaign I think I've ever shot to date. It is an SK2 campaign that involves us snowboarding. I actually posted the behind the scenes of this campaign, but it was really, really cool. We brought a pack of floss so that we could dangle the product and have it spin around. We shot it on a ski lift, and Kevin would take the lift in front of me or the lift beside me, and overall it only took 2 hours to actually shoot everything, but there was just so many uncertainties. For example, is the snow condition going to be good? Is there going to be enough visibility? Are there going to be too many people? So I was really nervous to shoot it, but I think it turned out really, really, really well. Number 6, piggybacking off of that, we got to go to Singapore with SK2, and I also got to bring my best friend Tiff with me, which was very special. I've taken Katrina, I've taken Tiff now, and so it's my goal to take all of my friends to Singapore because I love it there. I love the people there. And then for March, I started off the month shooting something top secret that is coming out in May. If you follow me, then you may have seen, I haven't really been exactly hiding it, and so you'll see snippets of it in almost every single post because, you know, she's always kind of on me. But it's something that I'm deeply, deeply passionate about. It's something that we've been designing. By the time it comes out, we will have been designing it for over a year, which sounds crazy to say. It's something that I'm so, so excited to finally see come to life, and I have a whole plan for the launch and how to involve you guys, and all I can say is please look forward to it. I think if you love some of the things that I love, I'm a simple gal, I love matcha, cherry blossom, I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? Feel free to leave a guess in the comments below though. Number 2, I got to see my Sephora campaign in real life because I was in Singapore, and truly this campaign was everywhere. I spotted it all the time, which was so, so cool. I actually haven't even posted these pictures yet, but I thought I would show you guys first. By the way, I do want to take the time to shout out if you have seen the campaign and you have tagged me in a photo of it or posted it on your story. I just want to say a really, really big thank you because it has felt like I was there with you guys. Number 3, I went to Indian Wells with La Roche-Posay, which I don't know if I've only ever really sparsely shared this, but I'm a really, really big tennis fan. Tennis is my favorite sport to watch, partly because of the sport and partly because of the wag culture in tennis. I'm just obsessed. Going along with La Roche-Posay, who has truly been the MVP this quarter, I got to visit Paris for the first time. I have always wanted to go to Paris, but not on my own dime because Paris is such an expensive place to go. I always end up going to Asia instead, but I've always wanted to explore Europe. Last year, I visited Italy for the first time for my friend's wedding, and this year, I already got to go to Paris, and we're only in April, which is crazy. Paris was absolutely beautiful. I got to go to the Louvre, the museum. I also got to see the Eiffel Tower. Every time I saw the Eiffel Tower, I was screaming, and it was just giving tourist, but you know what? It's okay, because I am a tourist. I embrace it. I did end up getting one little bag in Paris. When I say little, I really mean little because she's mini. I do wish I had more time to do a little bit more shopping because I was so surprised. Some of the clothes and stuff are like 60-70% of what you'd have to pay here. So really big difference. La Roche-Posay also spoiled us with unlimited room service, and our hotel, we stayed at the So Paris, which was attached to Bonnie. And Bonnie is, oh my God, if you're ever in France, you must go to Bonnie's. The food was so good, but the room service was from Bonnie's, and they spoiled the heck out of us because I was getting this amazing cheesecake almost every single night, had this truffle pasta that was delicious, and finally it was cherry blossom season in Seattle. Cherry blossoms are my favorite. To me, cherry blossoms means fresh start, it means a new beginning, it means spring, it means that good things are coming. And if you've ever noticed in my Instagram bio, I have a little quote in there that says the best is yet to come. And that to me is encapsulated by the idea of a cherry blossom, because you know, when cherry blossoms bloom, they only bloom for 2 weeks. Cherry blossoms have a very short time span when they are in full bloom. But what's really so beautiful about the journey of a cherry blossom is even before and after, and not just the 2 weeks. You work for this cherry blossom, you're like working so hard all year round to like get sunlight, get water, get nutrients, and then you have this like beautiful final showcase that you show. And cherry blossoms are just also really special to me because I was born in Japan, and Kevin also partly grew up in Japan, and so we both have a deep love and appreciation for cherry blossoms. If you're not able to make it out to Japan for cherry blossom, you should definitely consider coming to Seattle or to Washington, DC, where there are beautiful trees just all over, especially UW campus. People come from all around the US to see these, and it's probably my favorite thing that Seattle has to offer. I also got to work on a cool campaign with Lulu's, and this was special to me because I'm not a fashion girly. I don't usually get to work with fashion brands, and so the fact that they wanted to collab together felt really cool. That is my recap for the last 3 months. A lot has happened. If you don't mind leaving a comment and let me know your favorite thing and your least favorite thing that happened in these 3 months, I'd love to know, since I shared mine, so I'd love to know yours too. Getting ready to do a little meeting with my wedding planner. I meet with her on Zoom usually once a month, and we just text on a text chain, which makes it super duper easy. This is our monthly call, happens to be today. The wedding is actually very soon now, which is kind of crazy to say. So we need to wrap up a lot of things. We have the DJ down, but we are still working on florals and all that kind of stuff. Hey, just finished the meeting. It was super productive. It ended up being a whole hour and a half because there's so much we had to talk through, but we have a couple of really exciting, kind of out of the ordinary things that we're trying to do that require a little bit more planning. And then we finalized most of the guest list because our RSVP deadline actually just passed, which made everything a little easier in terms of headcount and stuff, which is great.
Hospital phone about Lucky.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Lucky's doing great under anesthesia, and I just did his oral cavity exam and looked at his x-rays.
Okay, they're doing Lucky's procedure. He needs a couple of teeth out, which is not to be unexpected. He's already 10, and so she says he actually already still has a good amount of teeth left, which is good. I felt really bad because Lucky just hates getting his teeth brushed. It's like this whole debacle, and it's really difficult to get him to open his mouth, and so especially this stuff in the back we really can't get to, but I'm picking him up in a couple hours. Okay, I'm about to head to the vet, but I actually put together this cute little goodie box for the vet as well as all of the vet techs and everybody who is working there taking care of Lucky. Let me show you what's inside. So we have some Sugarfina, there's cute little stuff in here, some face masks, we have some compression socks from Figs, lots of sunscreen because everybody can use sunscreen. ESW, these are lippies because you know your lips get super dry. Lotion, we have some press-on nails and some L'Occitane. Just lots of little goodies to say thank you and share the love. Okay, our boy Lucky is home. Okay, let's get you out from the side door, okay? Oh my god, I didn't realize you had so much energy. You okay? You okay, buddy? Oh my god, he's like zonked out and like still a little numb, so his tongue doesn't go all the way back in right now, but he has his little IV. Oh my god, bud, you okay? You okay? You doing okay? Oh, you tired? 1 second, you wait here, mommy get you a bed. Okay, sit in your bed. Come here. Sit in your bed. Good boy. Oh, good boy. You okay? Oh, baby. You okay? Oh, your tongue went back in. Good job. Let me wipe your little slobber. There's your sister. Do you miss your sister? Come here, baby. Oh, your mouth is probably so swollen. You okay? Sorry, baby. Okay, good boy. You did such a good job. 10 years old. That's such a big feat. That's such a big feat. In terms of the meds that I got from the vet, they gave us a little goodie bag, and inside we have the meloxicam, which we don't have to give until tomorrow, and then we have gabapentin, which he's supposed to give tonight. But the issue is that it's a tablet, and I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get him to take a tablet when he doesn't even want food right now. Okay, for dinner, I am going to roast some veggies. We have some broccoli and mushrooms, and then I already had the salmon cooking in the air fryer. Kevin and I are trying to eat really healthy this week, and so we're just going simple but delicious. I used to always just buy broccoli, like the leaflets, but recently I've been getting it in like the actual stem. I don't know how you call it, but kind of fun. You just pick off all of your broccolis. Perfect. All our little broccolis in there, and then if you need to break them down even further, you can. I kind of like them in smaller pieces because I feel like it tastes better and crispier in the oven. And one more. And then I think I'll save the last one for another time. In addition to that, I also have some mushrooms, so we're gonna add some variety. Now, I don't really have very much space to toss in here, but I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna do some olive oil. This is from Enzo's. Some olive oil on there. And then we're just gonna add salt and pepper. And then you're gonna wanna mix all of that together really, really, really well, even with the space constraints. The salmon just finished, so let me check on her and make sure she's okay. If you're new to cooking like I am and you don't know if something's thoroughly cooked yet, you can get one of these digital thermometers that you can get off of Amazon, and you put it in your food and it'll test the temperature. See where we're at. So here's the salmon, and we're gonna stick this in. We're at 159, so we're good here, which means that this one should be good because it's a smaller piece. Okay, we are good on both of these pieces of salmon. And here's what the veggies look like. We're gonna wait for the oven to preheat to 400. I marinated Kevin's salmon, but I did not for mine because I cannot be having that much sodium this week. And so she is pretty bland. It's just, I don't even think I added salt to mine. I just added pepper. Sometimes I feel like you have to like remove the seasoning to be able to appreciate seasoning. Just fish, nothing else. I did add some black pepper on top. Hello, Kevin is home. Have your dinner here.
Drink the water.
Salmon.
Wow, it smells so good. Mushroom, broccoli, salmon.
And then you're gonna want Kewpie mayo on top.
I'm the healthy. No, I don't. I never have Kewpie mayo.
What?
Never. What are you talking about?
What?
Somebody asked me what kind of mushrooms are best for cooking. I said shiitake mushrooms. Is it shiitake or shiitake mushrooms?
It's shiitake mushroom.
Shiitake. Is there no?
Same.
I'm very tired. I have to do notes now for the tomorrow. Very busy. There's no time to give Miki a massage, but I must do it every day. So please continue your everyday activities.